Okay, I've got an update on one of the trees that I did a bit of a haircut on, a bit of a cutback. One of the other videos, it was growing quite long and lanky and just had foliage up here. So what's happened is I've cut it back, and this is what's happened. I think it was about 2 weeks ago that I did the cutback, and the ants have found him and they're moving in. They're starting to feed on it. So yeah, I thought I'd pull him out and update how the regrowth is bouncing back, these new shoots. I saw how many tips came out and went, ooh, geez, it's making a big recovery very, very quickly. So I'm going to cut some branches off that I thought were too low, too unnecessary. You can see a lot of this stuff in here, all very green. I'll bring in for a closer look. But what I'm going to do is get rid of this one, and this one here, just because where they are, they're just in bad positions, not what I wanted. I didn't want this one being more dominant than the leader. Like, I'm still choosing whether to keep the back one or this one here. But what I'll do is I'll bring in for a closer look so you can see how much growth has come back on this plant, the Port Jackson fig. So you can see in the front here, lots and lots of new green growth. So yeah, we'll give them a bit of a spin. All these tips. So I can get right back in here, chop, get back in here, chop anywhere, even on these vertical risers, these ones here, plenty of tips to choose from. As I go, I'll probably trim it and put air gaps in there so you can see the branching, because there's that many choices now. This thing has, yeah, made a massive recovery. So in this area, up in here, I have this one here which I'll train out, this one here which I'll train out, but this one and that one, oh, you don't even see it on the camera. Looking in this way, let's have a look. So in the front of him, I have one up in here, growing out here. I didn't want that, so that's gone. I also have another one up inside that I also didn't want. And the other branch I didn't like was this one here. He's growing more dominant than this guy. So I'll put the camera down. That way I can actually concentrate on what I'm doing. All right. So these two I've just docked, just got rid of them. And you can see how many tips have grown on this thing since the cut. That's one. That's the other one. I left 3 leaves on and it's just gone boof. So they're out of the road now. Now it's this one here. I just thought I'd update on what I'm doing to the tree as I'm doing it. There he is. So that was another branch here that I cut, and it's just reshot. So after I did the original video, I decided I'll see how that goes, I'll see how that goes. And after a few days, I saw how it responded and where the vigor was, and I chose to take this one because it's growing in towards the middle. My plan is to come out this way and come up this way. All this will be trained down as quite a staunch little heavy branch. I have the back branch at the back here. I'll wire them out when they get a bit longer. I'm thinking I'll start wiring once I'm about this tall. Whether I'll achieve that in the next few weeks, I don't think so, but it's showing signs of vigor. So this is growing out. I could probably chop that, but I'm just going to let it grow. This is the most dominant shoot so far because it was probably the biggest shoot I had when I did all the cutting. So all the growth went into this. So there she is. That's an update of the fig. I might try and tidy up this little bit here. Looks a bit square. Hopefully they can grow over and heal. Yeah. So I'm just sort of taking out the parts that are unneeded, unwanted, and that way the growth can go into the areas that you highly desired. So all through here, I just knock all those tips off. I don't want any more growth in there. So I've just knocked them off and killed them. Same with here. I don't want any branches coming out here in your face. So there's enough on this to pick and choose what I want, what I don't want. And as they get more stronger, I'll just knock them out. So things like this, growing in underneath, in there. I'll keep some of these other ones, but all through here I can see lots of little tips coming out. I just take them off so I don't have to go in there and cut them, and as it is, it's quite knobbly where it's shot and it's died or it's been knocked off. But yeah, just in here I've got some stuff. Just run the back of the tool on there. That kills the tip. It'll probably reshoot, but right now I want the growth up here. Anyway, there's the update. I think that's all I have to really show. I just want to update that I was making a decision to cut those branches I didn't make a decision on before, and really in a couple of weeks time I can see where the vigor is. There's one in here, I'll get rid of that. One in there. Anywhere where it's congested I want to open it up. So even here I've got this strong one here, and then I've got this one which is quite strong too. I could potentially just go no to you, no to you. Alright, and then we're going in the direction of this. This is where the focus of the energy is going. There's one underneath here. He's growing underneath. So I could probably just pull him off. Remove that. And they're quite easy to pick off when they're small under here. But yeah, that's basically all I'm doing to this tree. I've got some in here growing in towards there, so I'll just get rid of those while I'm at it. So I'm opening up gaps down low. It's back budded quite well, this tree. It's bloody blown my mind how well it has. I don't need these there. So that'll heal over. I've got that back branch, that back branch. There's one up in the middle. The more I look, the more I find. But I'll leave this going because I can actually bring out something low, similar height to this. That's growing all right. Under here, maybe I'll lose those. There. So this thing's throwing out lots of tips. Lots and lots. It's a good sign because it tells me that chook manure that I gave it is doing its job. I wonder if I can get in on this side. If I can get in there. A little bit. Yeah. That's the problem when they're in that tight, that close. There we go. So inside there, you can see inside the gap, I chopped a bit of a branch there. But this is probably going to end up closing and fusing eventually. This thing's just looks like it's just got these hemorrhoids going on, big bulgy bits where tips have grown. They've provided a layer. Could be like a burl, a cancerous growth. Who knows? It's growing quite hardcore in this area. So as long as I just tell it to stop producing tips, it won't contribute to that swelling. But yeah, it's a bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger, this one. It's got fucking muscles. Anyway, there's the tree. It's on its way. It's back-butted like a madman. And the ants have found him. And that's something else I have to take care of, because I'll just get the slate, what are they called? Scale insect. And they'll start getting the sugars out of the plant and they just get a free feed. Yeah, he's going to go back in the greenhouse. The temperatures are still pretty warm. I just went outside and did some lifting and I'm sweating. So it's not quite cold enough yet, but I'm trying to keep them hot. We've got a day of 30 degrees this week, I think, unless they've changed the weather. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what it is. So today's 26, tomorrow's 24, 28, 33, 34, 36, C7. Man, it's going to heat up. So maybe I might keep him out of the glass house. See how they go, because the weather is warming up and I don't want to burn them, especially these new leaves. Anyway, there's your update. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll update some more trees that I did a prune back on, and you'll see how they're progressing. All right, see you later. Bye.